Hi guys, and welcome back to Smol Park. I hope you enjoyed the last episode where we finish up the wooden coaster area. Like I mentioned in this episode, I want to tackle this whole area. So Pigeon did like a stress test of the park with 5,000 guests, and he mentioned that when there's 5,000 guests, they get stacked up on this path here because the queue to the wooden coaster, I was about to say the kit coaster, the caterpillar, is not very long. It's only like this small here. So they get stacked up on this path winding down here. This super cute path that I really love because it to me it embodies what Smol is about. Just these small nature paths, you know, super small scale. But that's kind of an issue. Now, I've never had 5,000 guests in the park. I usually roam around with 400 guests, maybe 800, but I tried to take it up to 1,000 guests yesterday, and oh my gosh, it lacked so much. But I didn't see an issue with 1,000 guests. But I do want to try and see if we can maybe work something out. And I think one of the things we might want to look into is maybe making the queue a bit bigger. We also discussed having this extra path up here because the thing is, guests will always take in Plan Coaster. The guests will always take the shortest route possible to a destination. They're not going to take a scenic route. They're not going to take a longer route just because it has a wider road or whatever. They're always going to take the shortest route. So that means from the entrance, which is over here, they will go this way up here, this little path. By doing this, they would probably not even use that unless this one is fully stacked with people. They might choose to go that way because they're not able to go that way. But yeah, we need to finish up this whole area here. I'm going to look and see if I can maybe make the queue a bit bigger. Then we also got to do this whole area over here. I'm thinking just a fake, deck underneath with some views over the train passing by, maybe like a little barbecue area. If I can maybe find a barbecue or grill on the workshop, or even make my own one, that would be kind of cool, having that in the middle of it, because it does have sort of, ventilation so that the smoke could come out. That looks a bit funky, doesn't it? Maybe I should finish that as well. And yeah, just lots of foliage work to be done here as well, as always. But that's what we're going to tackle in today's episode, because I believe this is one of the last larger areas inside the park that is not done. We still have, a little bit of the facade over here at the Dutch area, and then we have plenty of backstage areas to still wrap up. And as you can see with the car park, Pigeon has been hard at work. It's not completely done. I will probably also work a bit on it just to be part of it, and because he is getting tired of it, I think. But yeah, let me try and see if I can make the queue a bit bigger and see if I can do anything to this area here to help mitigate, the path coming up here, like the people getting stuck here. We might have to lead this whole path up here and just have it, end here instead. So they go out here and then have all of this be a queue area. If that's possible, that could be the option. It might not be small, but at least it'll be functional, hopefully. So let me work a bit, and as always, I will see you guys in a little bit. So we're back again, and as you can see, I finished up this little picnic area. Still got to clear the trees and foliage everything up. I want a natural border around these tables, just so guests don't climb over the bushes and go onto the train track or whatever. But I basically just used Pebble, and I couldn't fit any of the in-game picnic benches, so I had to go and download Idro's amazing TMTK picnic benches that you can place, on the grid, not on the grid, but basically anywhere, upside down, however you want to. And then I designed this little grill. It's not the best, but I think it sells the idea that there's a gas grill here that people can use for their lunches and grill some sausages or whatever. At least in Denmark, that's very common, that you would bring your own food and grill it at the parks. I realized a lot of theme parks would not allow that. You would not, you would have to buy at the stores in the park. But at least in Denmark, a lot of theme parks allow you to bring your own food and prepare them at the park. So I figured that would be nice, a little grill, pergola or whatever. And as for the path, well, I changed it up as well. I'm trying to keep a bit of this small vibe so that, you know, we still have small areas and making it cute. So the path basically goes up here straight into the ride, and then we have a way longer queue path now, which I think it's nice. It's very organic and not very, you know, not very cattle pen like, but I think that's okay because Smol Park, at least this part of the park, like this area of the park, is very much the original part. So they would way back have this organic path, or maybe they used to have just this first bit and then they've had to extend in. And we wanted to blend in, we wanted to be small and cute and fairy tale like, so it goes, you know, with the whole story and the station building. So I think it's going to look great once I get, you know, flowers and foliage and smaller trees and medium bushes and whatnot. I think it'll look really good then. I do like the terrain shift here as well, so you kind of look up at it. I think that's really cute. And one last final thing I think is kind of fun is that the ride is called Caterpillar. I should try and translate that to German and get the German name of that. But anyways, I think it just kind of like, you know, moves along like a little caterpillar as well. They always do like little wiggly, squiggly movements when they like travel. So I think it kind of looks good and makes sense. And hopefully this means that, oh yeah, I did what we talked about. I removed this path that went up there and just made them go this way here. So it's still a narrow path, but it's way longer. And hopefully with the extra queue, they won't get stuck on this narrow path here. That's my hopes, at least. So next up, I really want to finish this whole area here with the picnic and start doing the terrain work over here, the rock work and the flowers and whatnot, so that, you know, we can have all of this done and we can focus on the queue line and eventually the exit, and then just tidying up wherever needs to be tidied around the station and call this done. But that's easier said than done, really. So I'm gonna get back to work, put on some music, and crack ahead. See you guys. And I'm back again. And I did what I said I was going to do, which was finish up this whole area here with lots of foliage. You know, we're fitting this old area of the park, which is supposed to be the original part of the park. It sounds so stupid. Like the original area of the park, I guess, when it opened. So that means it will be very overgrown with lots of flowers and, yeah, just old wood and that sort of things. Yeah, so I basically just foliaged it up. I didn't do much else. It does take time though, because I do want it to look nice. I tried to reuse this fence a few times. Basically, I mentioned this before, I'm reusing elements that's already in the area, because otherwise you're going to have this very stark contrast when you switch from one area to another, and it just kind of bothers my eyes, at least. Like, I like when it's just kind of like a smooth transition. And then I actually removed the tree that I had placed here because I think it looks much better open. Like, look at this view. That's so nice. So we're gonna have a map here instead. I was about to say the directional post, whatever. I'll probably add some flowers here or rock, who knows, something. And then I just slowly started adding some things to the queue. I like these whimsical fences, and I don't think I want it the whole way. I'll probably have flowers or rocks in between, but from this angle it kind of looks like the whole fence area or the whole queue is fenced off, you know. So I think it looks really good. I did a bit more over here on the exit pad, just added in some flowers that I took from way down there, I think, just to try and tie in some of the colors again. I was considering maybe carrying over some of these flags as well. I think that could look really nice and tie in this whole area. So what I need to do now is finish up this last bit here, and then we just have the queue to go and the station building. So I'm gonna start working on that, and I'll catch up with you guys once I've at least done this whole area. See you then. All right, I am back, and we are almost done with this whole area. Again, just lots of foliage, added some of Idro's amazing fence posts and chains in between, just because it doesn't look good if the whole area is just these wooden, I don't know, they're like funky fences, I would say. I don't know, like wonky and funky. I like them. But yeah, I pretty much finished the whole queue. Added a few pebbles over here. Don't think I'll add anything there. So the last bit I just need to do is this area here. And then we can put the "we're done" stamp on this whole area here. I really think this where do we go? This little picnic area here turned out really well and really nice. Might be a bit too low, but that's the easy part. We can just raise it up like that. But yeah, I'm really happy that I could reuse this old structure that I built for another project. And I think this area turned out a lot better now. The queue is a lot longer and the elevation changes is really nice. One thing you might notice, which is really off-brand for me, is that we are using in-game curbs. Oh my god. I don't think we're really doing that anywhere, but I kind of like them here. Like, they fit in with the station building and the colors. I'm not going to change them if there's no need for it. I might need to just quickly cover this one up because that's kind of ugly. But other than that, all of this, like, it's I don't know, guys. It works. It's fine. We're done, you know. It looks fine. I'm not going to curb this the whole way because I think it fits the theme and fits the building, and that is Pigeon writing me. What is he writing? Oh, he's going to write more. I need to do something so I don't get notification. Do not disturb. There we go. But yeah, I really think this whole area turned out a lot better. It's still very, like, wonky and, you know, jiggly, whatever you want to call it. Like, it's the paths are winding, and I totally love it. So let me finish up the last bit of the queue here, and we can call it done. So I'll be right back. And I am back with the final update. So I finished it, and I think it turned out really well. It's a lot more open than before, but it's still keeping the same vibes, and yeah, I'm happy with it. Is it perfect? No. Would I have spent more time on it and done something, you know, super cool or super innovative? Probably, yes. I would probably not have used in-game curves, but I actually think they got fine, like I said. But I would have probably spent more time on it if I had more time. But I was thinking earlier today, you know, not every part of your park needs to be super creative and new and fresh, if that makes sense. Like, not everything has to reinvent the wheel, basically. You don't have to always use pieces in a weird way. Sometimes you can just use the piece how they're intended to and make it look good. And that's what I've gone for here. Obviously, I've used, you know, TMTK items here. These are not functional. There's no path underneath, so no one will go in here and sit. But other than that, it's just basic, you know, stuff. Basic clutter and basic foliage, and it's probably not realistic foliage, and there's weird clusters of foliage everywhere, and people would trample it down, but it's fine with me. It looks pretty, and that's what I wanted to do. Like, that's what I wanted to be at the moment, and this looks awful. Let's quickly fix that. It looks like a lot of stuff have disappeared from over here, honestly. Can we just be naughty and do this? Yeah, we could. We're just gonna have a wall of bushes there. I'm fine with that. But yeah, there's not much more to say. I'll leave some glamour shots of this area at the end. But yeah, it turned out really well. For the next episode, I think I want to tackle this backstage area here, which, I mean, all of this is basically done, but we still got to do all of this down here. And then we still have this backstage area over here, which needs to be done as well. So if I could somehow make an episode out of finishing those two areas, that would be amazing. But yeah, we're really getting there, guys. By the way, Pigeon did want an access road here. Again, he hasn't seen the latest episode. is uploading today, which is not today for you guys, but for me. So he wants his access road here for trucks and whatever, and that's fine with me. If he wants to do that, go for it. But he finished off the whole coaster down here as well. It looks really good on the inside, in the tunnels, but I'm going to showcase that at a later point. But look at the park. It is not so small anymore. And also, Jesus, the size of this playground. That's actually crazy. But yeah, just what has happened here? This park has grown massive, but I love it. Anyways, as always, guys, thank you so much for watching and leaving your amazing comments. They make me so happy. And yeah, subscribe if you haven't. I plan on doing some videos in Planet Coaster too, because I love this game so much and I'm super inspired lately. And yeah, so I hope you'll follow along on that journey as well. So make sure you subscribe. Don't click the notification button because notifications are evil. No, I'm kidding. Do whatever you want. But if you want to leave a nice comment or just a comment with suggestions or anything, feel free to do that. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.